Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do the next couple of weeks in my bullet journal. You saw in my last video that I'm still using my bullet journal from last year because I only had like half or less than half of it used. Since then, I have added quite a few pages. Super happy about that. Again, here is my January. I got it nice and filled out. I have one more spot, two more spots that I have for room. I have my first couple of weeks here filled out. I definitely do think that while I did use the space in a good way, I used my next spaces a lot better. Let's see here. And then here are the blank pages. This is what we are going to set up in the video today. It's going to be the next couple of weeks. I set up new pages for YouTube. I set up some quote pages, which I love. I used to have that in before. I set up some math tips that I found for my son just because I thought it was really fun. I set up some Stuttgart Community Spouses Club things, and I used washi, the same washi along all the pages so that I could just kind of save that for later. And then I set up the next section is for the Academy for Virtual Teaching, which is around having a video quilt class that I'm working on producing. I have my 110 list. This is my to buy list. So I'm getting ready to move for next year. So let me get my supplies out and meet you right back here to work on the next couple of weeks. All right, let's get this started. This is the next 2 weeks in my bullet journal, and I went ahead and pulled all of the stickers that I want to use. I set aside this little super cute kit that is like postal worker themed, post office themed, Happy Mail. Maybe that's what I should say. It's Happy Mail themed, and that is from Some Little Things. But I pulled the rest of my things, days of the week, trackers, checklists, and I wanted to just be able to use as much of those as possible. And of course, I also did use the same date dots that I was using because, as I mentioned in a previous video, I really do not like just kind of scattered numbers that I just have randomly. So I like to use the same month for the date dots, regardless of whatever my design is. So that's just my thought process when I start to design stuff like that. So here we go. And I am going to actually I ended up not using any of the, of this kit from Some Little Things. I've had this kit for a while. I don't remember when it came out, but I've had it for a little while and I decided not to use it. I decided to instead just use, all of these other stickers that I got out. My Days of the Week stickers are from Brooklyn Post. I love her shop on Etsy. Check for a link in the description. I have quite a few of these stickers from Brooklyn Post that is just the typical like essentials, I guess you can call it. Oh yeah, she calls it essentials as well, but functional stickers, you know, just like the common stickers that you need to have. This is my fallback. I realize that while I love bullet journaling and I love using stickers, my fallback is to make everything just clean and easy, not cluttered. I do like using deco and full boxes and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I definitely need my bullet journal to be completely functional and like it needs to work for what I'm using it for, which is my entire planning system. I do use Google Calendar, and that's how I keep track of my appointments and things like that. But a lot of the time, I do write those down in my bullet journal as well. For this first week, actually, I think for both weeks, I am going to leave the top right of the second pages blank for my notes, for my trackers, my meal plan list. So you see me just leave that blank here. And then I put down a couple other stickers, just kind of, in my opinion, like more generic stickers, so that I could get started a little bit on putting these down, planning these. The first 2 weeks of January, I did use 4 trackers and I really liked that. I thought it was just so good. I love being able to cross off
what I did and that I did something. And so being able to use 4 trackers was really fun. I kept it up for these last 2 weeks of January as well. And then I went back and I actually ended up using this entire sticker sheet from from Shine Sticker Studio. And I used the ones that look like the pen checklist. And then I also used all the boxes. So that's kind of cool. I used up a whole sticker sheet. That's great. Good for me because, oh my gosh, I have so many stickers. I know that I've often referred to my 2-page monthly spreads as sticker explosion. Definitely getting back on that list again. We are going to have stickers explode everywhere because I do not like to waste. I don't like to leave things. I don't like to have to get rid of things just because I've kind of what would you say? Just because I've like outgrown it or something. Like I like most of the stickers that I have. I'm sure that there are some that I'm just never going to use, and I'll sort those at a later date. You see me using a bunch of birthday stickers to decorate on Wednesday because we do have a birthday in the house. I was hoping that a 3rd emoji sticker would fit above it on the left, but I also did not want to cover up the pen tracker checklist or pen checklist sticker. Put down an ortho appointment sticker for my son's appointment. And then I also have this, like, I don't think it's holographic. How would you describe this? So they are rainbow foil. I think it's a transparent sticker as well. And so I thought that would be fun to use up. It's just a sample sheet. I did not purchase it from anybody, I don't think. Oh my gosh, y'all. I have so many stickers. I truthfully don't remember every single place that I purchase from if it's not one of my regulars. So I feel bad about that. I do apologize. I do not mean to like ignore anybody or ignore anybody's shops. I super love these stickers. I think they're beautiful and they're really nice. They're really well made as well. I'm pretty sure I still have the shop saved, so I will link it in the description below, so definitely check that out. I also used up some of the headers that I had from this Shine Sticker Studio sheet. I have 2 of them actually. You can see the blue one that's laying on the bullet journal. I didn't use the blue one in this setup because it is more winter flowery. I think this one is called Spring Flowers, but I'm okay with that. I didn't really necessarily think like, oh, it's only spring, I need to only use it. I just kind of decorate my bullet journal how I like to decorate. I don't really stick to, okay, it's winter, I can only use winter stickers. You know what I mean? So I think that that's just, it's kind of like however I'm feeling at the time of how I want to decorate things. I love, love, love. Look at how good this looks. Oh my goodness. So good. I love these half stickers because then I could stick them right on top of the line that I drew that separated my days. I just thought that was such a fun touch. Like I said, my bullet journal is absolutely functional and I do like to use stickers. So this is a really good and easy way for me to be able to do that. I don't have access to everything that is on here. We don't have Target. We do have Starbucks, and I don't get a lot of takeout. What else is on there? I think that I did use quite a few of them just to mark like meetings or different things that I know are coming up. While I'm doing my bullet journal, I often use my Google Calendar at the same time. So while I'm doing the basic like sticker setup, I also do like my appointments and like how many checklists do I need? How many trackers do I need? Or maybe not trackers, but like how many things do I need that day? So you can see here on Friday, I put a Stuttgart Community Spouses Club priorities list on that Friday. And then I also have a separate checklist for myself. I have been trying to separate my responsibilities just for my own keeping track. I am the president of the Stuttgart Community Spouses Club. The club is really large. We have over 300 members right now. We might have close to 340, I believe. We have a monthly event. We have about 15 special interest groups that members are allowed to participate in on a regular basis. I think that all of the special interest groups have at least a monthly event. Some of them might have more than one. Like we have a running club, and I think they get together twice a month. So I do keep a list for my Stuttgart Community Spouses Club president responsibilities. That is such an amazing organization to be a part of. If you're a military spouse, I know that there are so many different things said about spouses clubs, and volunteerism as a military spouse is a really touchy subject, and things have really changed over the past like 20 years that my husband has been in the military. For me, I know that it used to very much be a very expected thing for military spouses, that the expectation was you were going to fulfill pretty much whatever volunteer needs that the military, needed or wanted you to do. And as a result of that, and I know that this is not new. The next thing I'm going to say is not new. This is not something that only happened in the past couple of years. It's been a long time. Military spouses are overeducated and underemployed. When I say overeducated, I mean you have situations where people are, for example, maybe they have a law degree, they have a master's, they have a PhD, and they're not able to work in their field, or they end up having to get a job at a much lower I should say they're not in their field, and they end up getting a job in a much lower paying field, or something that's not even related to what their desired career or their education is for. And that's my case. That's the thing that happened to me. I definitely say I was lucky enough to be able to stay home with our kids, and we made that choice early on. Daycare was very expensive when my husband and I were first married, and he was enlisted, and we just did not have the resources for me to afford to work at the time. And then once we kind of started getting to that point where I could have gotten a job outside the home, we made the choice for me to continue staying home. Scratch that. I'm not even going to say we made a choice. We started moving much more frequently. My husband went to officer candidate school, which is one of the ways you can become an officer in the military. And we started moving very, very frequently. We lived somewhere for 2 months, 4 months, 9 months. We stayed in one place for 3 years. However, the kids and I were the only ones there because my husband did multiple deployments. And in that place, I was able to work outside the house, and the kids were able to have some stability and have the same school. They had the same group of friends for those few years that we were there. But after that, we moved overseas, and we started living overseas. And so I have never been able to work in my field. I've only been able to volunteer. But we're coming to the end. Military spouse stuff I'm always happy to talk about. I hope you have a good one. See you soon.